Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to be talking about today is what people are seeing and experiencing in everyday life when it comes to being of the prepared mind. And I get sent pictures and videos and emails. And if you would like to do so, my email is in the description box below. So this first video that was sent to me was sent by a community member, and it has to do with emergency crews responding to another train derailment. And this one was in Oklahoma. Yeah. Dude, totally disconnected from the train. Now, this video was sent in by a community member, and it is about, the difference between buying pre-made and buying all of the ingredients to make homemade cookies, for example. Okay, and the woman is in this video, she really breaks it down, and during these times of inflation, she shows that, like, as of right now, yeah, it might be cheaper to buy the pre-mades. Okay, so here's the video that was sent.
Everyone talks about how great it is to make everything from scratch. I agree, I love making things from scratch. But it's so much more expensive to do that now. It used to be a way to save money, and it's not anymore. And you better believe it's deliberate. All right, so I recently bought this bag of classic chippers from Walmart for $2.69. It has about 48 cookies inside it. Are they amazing? No. Are they chocolate chip cookies for the kids' lunches? Yes, they are. In the Preeps, though, you would be able to make that many cookies for cheaper than it costs to buy them. But not anymore. I don't think most people break down the cost of what they're buying. And that's like normal, because you don't have to be like me. I'm kind of like a math person, and I just really like to get into the nitty gritty of what things cost. So I think most people are still thinking that making things from scratch is cheaper. So we're going to do a little quizzy time here. I'm going to go through all of these ingredients, and I'm going to let you guess how much you think they cost. And then I'm going to show you, because you're probably wrong. How much is a cup of flour, do you think? It comes in just under $1. 2 eggs. I was very generous with the price here because 2 free-range eggs would probably be double that, but I digress. How much you think 1 stick of butter costs? If you guessed anything less than $1.12, you were wrong. This was a fun one. How much is 1 tablespoon of vanilla? 1 tablespoon of vanilla is $2. This is how small a tablespoon is, in case you needed a reminder. How much is 1 cup of sugar? About 55 cents. Sugar prices have actually not gone up that much because we tend to favor the use of sugar in lots of things that don't even need it, because it's a cheaper substitute to what they were putting in food prior to the use of sugar and high fructose corn syrup. Getting back to it, how much is 1 cup of chocolate chips? Also a very generous estimate, because this is the store brand, and if you were to buy Nestle, you'd pay much closer to about $2, but it's $1. So how much then does it cost to make a batch of cookies the size as a $2.69 bag of cookies from the store? $6.28. That doesn't include the stuff that you probably already have in your house, like salt and baking soda and or baking powder, depending on the recipe that you're using. It doesn't include the time that it takes to make it. It doesn't include the energy cost of running the oven. It doesn't include the water cost of having to wash the dishes after you're done and you've dirtied like 50 fucking dishes. The one that really kills me, though, is the vanilla extract. 4 years ago, I bought this 16-ounce bottle of vanilla extract from Costco for $8. This same bottle is now $40. I want to make my kids stuff that isn't just jam-packed with high fructose corn syrup. But when you're poor and short on time, what choice do you have?
Now, here's a video that was sent in by a community member. And this video explains on how to make hardtack and the lifespan of hardtack. And if you're in the prepper community, you know what hardtack is and the importance of knowing how to make hardtack, and also if you've ever heard of or made pemmican. But hardtack, it kind of reminds me of like a saltine cracker, but you can't bite into hardtack like a saltine cracker. I suggest dipping it in like coffee or tea or something like that, because it's kind of like, ow, you could break a tooth. But here's the video.
Hey everybody, it's Jesse with Survival Summit. Yesterday I showed you guys how to make 5-year shelf life emergency food rations. Today I'm going to show you how to make hardtack, which can have a minimum, probably at least 25 years, and some people say can last up to a century, 100 years. Hardtack is a very simple mixture. 2 cups of flour, I use wheat flour, 1 tablespoon of salt. You can use a little bit less or a little bit more, but you have to use the salt. It is not an option to not use the salt. And 1 cup of water. I like to filter mine through the Grail GeoPress just because you never know what's coming out of your tap water, so I use the filter. You're basically going to mix the salt with the flour, and once that's mixed, you're going to add in the water slowly. Your mixture should not be sticky at all. If it's sticky, add more flour. When you're done, get it to about this, I'm ruining it here, about that thickness, a little less than 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 inch. Poke holes all the way through. Bake it on, preheat your oven to 375 degrees and bake it for about 30 to 35 minutes. You want it to be a light tan, you don't really want it to be dark. And then I like to dry it on one of these racks to get a nice airflow through it. Now this stuff will become super hard, like a hockey puck. Back in the day when they used to eat it, they used to have to either dip it in their coffee or their soup, or at least let it sit in water for probably 10 to 15 minutes. Otherwise, you break some teeth off. So that's how you make hardtack.
Now, here's a picture that I'm going to put up for you that comes in from a community member. And this community member has been with me from the very beginning, so about 3 years, okay? And this is a benefit concert for her. She is battling leukemia. And this leukemia is acute myeloid leukemia. It's an aggressive form of blood cancer, which comes with a poor diagnosis, really. Okay, and it's this benefit concert is going to be on Sunday, April 2nd at 2023 between 3 and 7 p.m. It's in Bowling Green, Ohio. Okay, and if you could, you know, just if you live in this area or in the surrounding areas, you know, stop in and give my girl Tracy a hug for me, okay? I love this girl. She's awesome. There is a GoFundMe, also a Facebook, and there's no cover charge, okay, but there's going to be bands, an auction, raffle prizes, 50-50 raffle, there's a bake sale, and things like that. Okay, here you go. Now, here's a video that was sent in to me by a community member, and it's about Billy Boy and all the farmland. Yeah. So this just explains a little bit more, you know, about how, you know, what, it's just not good, you know, that he bought up tons of farmland and what's happening with all the wildlife and what's really going on. You know what I mean?
Do you guys remember the story a few months ago about Bill Gates buying up all the U.S. farmland? Well, he's been getting busy again. Over the past few weeks, Gates has been quietly accumulating a massive $86 million position in a company called Ecolab, which he purchased through his LLC, Cascade Investments. This makes him one of the largest shareholders in the company. Now here's where it gets interesting. Ecolab specializes in water treatment using facilities and chemicals. And at the same time that Gates was building his position in the company, I discovered that a U.S. congressman named Alan Lowenthal also started buying shares in the company. So I did some digging on Alan Lowenthal, and wouldn't you know it, he conveniently sits on the Committee for Infrastructure, Water Resources, and the Environment. This is the exact same industry that Ecolab is in. As if that wasn't enough, the EPA just announced new chemical standards for water that would require major investments into water treatment facilities. So as of now, I'll definitely be keeping a close eye on.
So here's an email, and I also have a little picture and a link, okay, for you, that I'm going to go over with you, okay. And she said, I have some intel, and I found an article to help others understand that the UFOs that we are seeing are not from another world. The United States government owns them, and they have a patent on them. And I read another article that talks about the triangle shape, one that they have designed around the same time on March 5th, 2023 in Florida, Pinellas County. And Pinellas is not that far from me, okay? Pinellas County area, around 6 p.m. My family and I were outside working on a friend's garden, and we looked up and saw the sky was very busy again with air traffic. It's been getting extremely busy around here. Yeah, I can attest to that. I really can. It's been absurd. Really, it has been. She said, I saw a commercial plane and two tic-tac completely silver-shaped flying craft above us. They were bigger than a car, but not the size of a commercial plane. The planes, including the Coast Guard, has been flying extra low lately. Yes, they have. I know, I saw that myself. She said, I feel like I can touch them. Yet these two crafts were flying apart from each other, flying a little faster than a plane, but they were flying like a normal plane would. They were flying a little higher than the planes, but not enough to be near the clouds. I didn't see anything like markings, but it was definitely man-made. Then, right past them was a jet flying past them, emitting a massive amount of smoke. Then, tic-tac crafts didn't emit any smoke. Seemed to be clean energy device, but it was not out of this world to me yet. I was curious about them because the mainstream news said they were not ours. Of course, shiny object. Look what's going over here, but not what over there. Okay. So I decided to check for myself. You would be amazed to what is public record. I found an article that explains what they are. They found the patent too, so can you. I couldn't attach the email. Said file was too large, but I advise people to look things up. When something is invented, a patent is put on it. Right. Our government and the elites make a lot of money stealing inventions and then putting a patent on it. Anyone who builds the invention has to pay them. That's how Billy Boy became rich. He has never invented anything. Of course not. He has just the resources to patent things before others. The people who work for him are the real inventors. It's the same for the government. I'm sorry to tell everyone that the UFOs are American made. They are using it to enact Project Blue Beam, which is to use all of our belief systems against us. I wish they would realize we are not that dumb. So tell everyone the truth. Of course. Hello. Why do you think I have so many strikes against me? They are planning to fake an alien invasion. Oh, so does this mean my husband gets to be Will Smith? Welcome to Earth. I'm kidding. So anyway, and I'm more worried more lives will be lost. Right now, they are flying it all over. When people come home from work to see it and start more fear, they need a reason to unite us all and to control us. Yes, but then you have people like us in our community that see right through all the bullshit. Hello? Why do you think that God put someone like me on this earth? To blow this crap out of the water. Hello? Then they think aliens would do it, but they know only a small group that would work on. So they are pushing all tactics out there. They fail to make me scared. Of course not. Why would we be scared? I mean, hello. You and I would be the ones out on US 19 with a lemonade stand or something. And anyway, so I wasn't scared at all because I watched your channel and others like yours. And a Jesus in a rapture is coming too for all the Christians like myself. Oh my gosh, I know. So you can't be raptured by a ship. Oh, stop. So I think that will come into play somehow. That's also in black and white in the Blue Beam documents. Seriously, look things up. They are telling you some truth, but a lot of evidence is given in the early 2000s or even farther, like in the 60s. So always keep digging deeper. You will find the truth, but I hope this helps some people fear less tonight. Girl, why do you always think I always say fear less? Seriously, think about it. So I do believe other beings exist, but not with crafts we are seeing. It's just another craft to add to our flying machine collection and history. Okay, so here is the attachment that she sent. Okay, so my meme guy, he sent me this email because of the video that I made a couple of days ago about the International Women's Day thing and how I said I identify as a cat, meow. And he said, so this is my suggestion. He said, he's such a wise ass. From now on, tell everyone that you are a woman who identifies as a man, and that you identifies as a woman. That makes you multi-tran. You will be able to claim superiority over all those normal trans. I also heard you say that you are a cat. This is good. Add that to multi-tran describe above, and you can now claim to be a woman that identifies as a man who sometimes believe he's a cat and other times as a woman. Now you are getting into the multi-anthro-tran category. I'm sure within a few years, everyone will want to be a multi-anthro-tran, but you will be ahead of the curve. This really works. A while back, I tried to hump my girlfriend's leg. She got really upset with me until I told her I identify as a German Shepherd. Such an asshole. I can't with him. I really can't. So, I don't know if this was sent in for a commercial break or what, but who wants some earthworm jerky? Disgusting. My God. So this was sent in by a community member, and she said, this is about a mile from me. God, I'm so sorry. And she's in Burbank, California. Thankfully, she's moving very, very soon. I think at the end of this month, she's moving. An intruder at a high school. God's sakes. So this community member, she wrote in and she said, can we not protest the government? I am trying to force us into these 15-minute cities. Is there a way for us to tell the government where to put it? I'm 59 years old, and I've never seen anything like this or heard of anything like this before. Unfortunately, no. I don't believe so. I think once it's implemented, that's it. You will obey, you will comply, or guess what? You're gonna starve. Or, you're going to be homeless, or, you're not going to have any way to live. I mean, that is my way of thinking. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But, with all of the research that I've done on these 15-minute cities, there's going to be, regulations. Yeah, there's going to be, requirements. There's going to be all of this stuff. And who's ever picked and choose and this and that and the other thing, who was ever left, was going to be pretty much left on their own, to their own good graces, and pray to God that you can survive, seriously. So here's a picture that was sent to me by a community member. She said, this is not the first time that I've seen this in support groups for moms. Many are commenting that they have seen this too, and it's metal shards that are in Huggies diapers. Honestly, I have not dealt with diapers in so long. I can't remember the last time, honestly. So I'm guessing that this is a new-ish thing. I don't know. So here's something that actually happened in Beijing, China. It wasn't raining men, that's for sure.
So we're now learning that a few days ago it was apparently raining worms in Beijing, China. Beijing residents were apparently told to take an umbrella when going outside. No explanation has yet to be given by authorities. What do you think happened here? Let me know.
And this has been happening in a town called Lajamanu. Once again, not raining men, raining something else.
Fish have been mysteriously raining from the sky in the remote Australian town of Lajamanu. This isn't the first time it has happened, with the town experiencing the phenomenon 4 times in 30 years. The reason behind the strange occurrence is unknown, but one theory suggests the fish may have been swept up in a tornado-like column of air and transported through the atmosphere before being dropped in Lajamanu. If a fishnado is real, does that mean a sharknado could also be real?
All right, guys, that's all for this video. I will see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fear less. Ciao.